My turtleneck fat, my chain so thin that I'm sipping coffee with my Dragon's Brew crew right here. I'm so thankful that I turned the microphones on, because I thought I didn't. Hello, friends, foes, familiars, Sandstorm. She's eating. Very happy about that. Welcome to Dragon's Brew D&D. I am your host, Dragons and Cats, and I'll be guiding my friends through a bit of a game, a very long-standing game of over 3 years now. Congratulations, guys. We have made it to fucking high. We're nearly at 125. 2 episodes away. Anyway, welcome to Dragon's Brew D&D. I'm your host, Dragons and Cats, and let's do a game of Hot Potato What Happened Last Time, starting with Belvin. Tell us about your player and who you are.
Hi, Brad playing Belvin the Human Paladin. Last session, we got attacked by a red dragon and a battalion of Gith warriors.
Yankee, I believe.
Gif.
Not the Gith Sarai.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
Gif.
Gif's
Just
Yankee.
playing, doing the same action, like.
We got attacked by GIFs.
And
Not GIFs.
we were in a hard-fought battle that was decided by a few things.
And I wonder what those few things were, if you could tell me, please, Casimir, and what you were trying to achieve during before this battle.
Hi, I'm Luke playing Casimir, the Tiefling Illusion Wizard. So they, the Gith and the Red Dragons, were here to try and rescue one of the cult leaders, Cult of Tiamat. 2 of who we captured, and 1 of who we had successfully imprisoned with the 9th level spell. So, before we had the chance to try and imprison the second one, we were attacked. So Casimir's goal was basically to try and keep them away from the prisoner, while the others who were helping us out could fend off the invaders.
Indeed, indeed. So tell us what happens when the invaders did hit their Ikram.
Oh, not much. It was pretty boring, actually. There wasn't a great deal that happened. Except I turned into a bloody golden dragon. It was back.
It was pretty interesting.
It was probably my best experience ever on D&D so far.
Was it the
Only
greatest
took 3
experience
years.
in your entire life?
Possibly.
What a
I
collection.
don't know if Megan's in earshot. But yeah, so I turned into a golden dragon and fought some of these dudes and killed a few, and then fought this red dragon, and me and what's her name?
Ella.
Ella. Oh no, sorry, I killed one, and then Ella came, and just as the second one rocked up, and then we both fought that one and fucked it up. Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, good time.
And as the giants were hard pressed against defending the
Oh
castle
yeah, those guys too.
from a
Who cares?
from a red dragon, funeral processions proceed as stepping up the staircase towards you. Ella in tow behind him, besides him really, because you know she's a small form. The 2 make their way up to the party and greet you solemnly.
Am I out of dragon form now?
You are out of dragon form now. So, as they do approach the smooth jazz from the ogre bard across the courtyard ceases as he realizes the tenseness of the situation. That then relaxes. As as the trouble has
Giant
been
Bardware.
giant bardware, as the danger has subsided, and Ella and Blagovkus step up, and Ella gives you all a bow and says, "It's come to an arrangement that the giants, headed by Blagovkus, Count Blagovkus, will arrive at the temple, but will go no further. It is their intention to fight, but they shall head south and continue on to the well. They will try to get there as quick as they can.
Will they join the other forces or act independently?
We will fight the battle with the other small folk of the world.
I'm glad to hear that.
We will be awaiting logistics, measures, and other forms of support in a way, and information."
I'm sure we can all gain much from this.
Yes, and I am sure that Nim has much to report with his time in the Harpers. Nim was the bronze dragon.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was brass. I always get those two mixed up.
That's it. He was the high elf-like creature in his humanoid form, who you'd seen multiple times in the form of portraits through Waterdeep, through the Waterdeep Castle,
Yeah. I remember.
Paragon Palace.
Yeah.
Blagovkus looks over and says, "There's much more to be done in making her battle ready again." And he looks over towards the 3 destroyed battlements and the 2 scorched ones that the red dragon came and attacked. Our crew will have quite the task ahead of them, but with the Forge Master in tow, we should be fine. You rest and do what you need to do.
I don't mind if I do. And I'd just go to bed.
definitely could go for a rest.
What time is it?
Early
Like
morning.
9 in the morning.
But we didn't sleep.
He didn't sleep.
We did not sleep.
We fucking
Valid.
passing out.
Alright.
Just another day at the office, really.
Yeah, exactly. Night shift's over. You're ready to...
But we still need to sleep. Sleep is good.
But you still need to sleep, correct. So,
Is there a way for me to get higher wild shapes? Like a number higher than 2? Is that a level thing, or is it always going to be 2?
I think at 20 you get unlimited wild shapes.
So it goes from 2 to unlimited.
Yes. Because that's like your capstone.
Yeah, right. I think we should level Carl.
okay. That would be interesting.
I just killed 2 dragons, bro.
That'd be
Oh,
fun.
that's why you want to steal all the experience.
He did. He
You
literally
guy,
did.
Belvin.
Well, I'm technically Ella
Look.
killed 1.
Lucky we were partied up, so it's still split the experience. So
If I can be level 20, Carl.
you just see Ikram leaves the party for like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Just goes and levels up for 3 days.
Comes back and he's
Goes
like
and
fucking
farms.
blinged out in gold and stuff. You're like, wait, what the hell?
Like on World of Warcraft, where like, it's South Park, where in World of Warcraft, it was like where farming like sheep
Yeah.
or whatever they were
The
killing.
boars.
The boars, yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
So we get a long rest.
You do gain a long rest. The rest of the day goes along peacefully, although you are, it's a little bit restless as the rest of the castle. It does get some rest, but there's still giants going about and banging and clashing. But you have magic. You can subdue that sound. Once you
Just,
realize, there's
I'll make some major illusions of like nice ambient sounds, just calming.
it's like
Bit of ASMR.
Yeah.
it's like the life. You lay back, relax, and drift off to sleep. Belvin, you can as well to get your long rest, and
Yep.
A lot of you hold up within these chambers granted to you, and you find sleep quite easily. A lot
Can't
of you
imagine
just-
why.
Yeah, after an entire day like that, you do gain a long rest.
Yes. We did
God.
it.
We won.
And now we level up.
You got a long rest. You don't level up.
But
Alright.
what if?
So,
What's the dude's name who's running this castle? Boromir?
Lagos.
Lagos.
No, he didn't
Bar-
die.
Boromir.
Boromir.
He would have died.
Which one's
Yep.
Boromir?
The one that died in Lord of the
Sean
Rings.
Bean.
That's Lord of the Rings.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Where did that come
Frodo.
from?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ugh. You need to watch Lord of the Rings soon.
Oh fuck!
and we are literally watching Lord of the Rings at the moment. We watched the first two.
Well, that's obviously why.
Yeah, maybe that's why I had Boromir on the brain.
Yeah.
I saw this fucking meme of it. He's like, "Hey Frodo, can I have the ring?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Come on, bro. I'm called Boromir, not Stealamir."
I saw that one as well.
Oh, that was a good one, that one.
Oh, that was classic.
Alright, do we want to go down and try imprisonment first thing?
Yeah, that is Kaz's plan because I don't want to get another attack. Hopefully,
Alright, Belvin will go down and help.
make sure you bane him.
That's what I was gonna. That's my plan.
Is there anything I could do?
Moral support.
Oh no, like is there like
I don't know.
like
can you
Heroes Feast?
can you make his saves
Oh.
worse?
Do you have anything
Could I
that
make
makes...
your saves better?
No,
Does
that's
that
not
make
how
a
it works. No, because he has to make the save.
I'll cast Foresight on him.
on him?
Just ignores it all.
I don't
he just
think that
sees
would.
everything that's gonna happen.
I don't think that would change anything.
Akmok
No,
just
as in
said,
then he has like advantage on attack rolls, ability checks.
I'm pretty sure he already has advantage because he's a devil.
Oh.
That's like they're
Yeah.
magic resistant.
Akmok just said that he can see Frodo doing a single ladies dance.
Sam.
All the single steps. All the single steps.
Oh,
Anyway.
Mr. Frodo.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr.
hey, Rob.
Frodo.
Would it have anything to do with like so say physically binding him or anything wouldn't?
Nah, he's already physically binded. It's
Yeah.
more
It's a
affecting
wisdom.
his
Yeah.
saving throws.
It's a wisdom save.
Well, I'm gonna cast Bane on him for the start.
Okay, does he need to make a saving throw against that?
Yes, Charisma.
Yes.
Charisma. Let me just load up his character sheet because I haven't loaded that up yet.
How
Because
how many spell slots do you have, Brad? Just keep casting it until it
First
lands.
level, 4.
But you can cast it higher as well.
I could, but I mean that just has more people. Oh yeah, so I could.
If you run
I
out
have
of first
a lot
levels.
total. Oh okay, yeah.
It's okay. You need to keep casting.
natural 20. You can cast it again if you wish, but tell me how you're even though bound even though this fiend is bound. Just
I'll
let
start
us-
casting when Brad starts casting as well, because it takes a minute.
Yeah. Brad's
like-
Bane's just.
Ah, well,
fluffs.
we've got all day. Cast it again.
And again, he'll succeed.
What happens when you cast Bane? Does like a mask form around your hair?
Yeah.
Face and you're like, hello.
No, I'm giving him Bane.
Nobody cared who I
It's-
was.
it's
until
just
after I was
Bel-
a save.
It's just Belvin punching the ground, yelling, "Where is he? Where is he?"
Well, One more time. One more time.
22.
Oh,
Succeeds.
succeeding.
Keep going. You
How
can
many
do
do
it, Bel.
you do?
You
Alright,
can
my
do
last
it, Bel.
first level spell slot, I'll use it. Bang.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. So how's it happen? What do you do
Yeah.
after about 30 seconds of trying? Just prayers going past and just
Well,
what?
Belvin had to like just prick his finger to get the drop of blood. Just one drop
Your
of blood.
fingers are like all fucking.
Just got one each finger.
No, he pricks a finger, one drop of blood on his hand, and just casts Bane. It's like, okay, another drop of blood.
Another one.
Bane. And then this one, he just fucking throws the drop on him like
Flicks
this.
it.
Yeah. Like, fuck you, man.
Just so as you simba blood over this fiend's face, that causes it to be entrapped by the Bane. Jesus Christ.
That was... that's funny.
I have a D&D character named Zabenya. He's in this campaign.
Wait, Zabenya?
Interesting.
Was that the guy that teleported in through like the dimensional shift or whatever?
No.
That was the
That was the
other
one. Zabenya was the one you guys rescued from, who was the Lord of Succumba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
And I just inserted him. Because I could. And there you go.
Belvin will go. Alright. I've done what I could, Casimir.
Alrighty. So, well, you did forecast, so it's still about 36 seconds left of casting. Charging up.
Kazmi just.
While Belvin's concentrating on that
Got the little.
on that spell, he just pulls out his book. I'll be here.
Just concentrating, but not on the book, on the spell. Okay.
Just
so
going-
then-
Going absolutely hog wild.
Okay. So he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. At a minus D4. What would you like me to roll first? A D4 or a saving throw? You know what?
Saving.
Okay. Belvin, I'll allow you to roll the D4.
Oh, I don't like Alright.
Ooh. What'd he get?
23.
23.
Oh, it's actually really close.
21.
Oh, yes! That's
Yeah.
enough! Perfectly enough! Perfectly one below.
Yep, I
Oh
knew it
my
was had to be
God.
22. Yes!
So fucking close. Holy shit. The Bane.
The Bane!
Oh, coming in clutch with the Bane as a stroke.
Oh.
As the stroke of faith comes past, as that blood, as the spell is then cast, the blood that was just sprayed and smeared over the Ashbai's head begins to sear and burn its flesh from the top, causing it to wince a little bit as the spell is beginning to take place. That then causes the spell to penetrate and take hold. Casimir, run us through what happens next.
So as the spell takes hold, he sort of freezes for a second and then starts to crunch in on himself as he begins to shrink. And Casimir holds out the gem, and as he shrinks down to a tiny little statue, sucked into the gem.
Now this is a gemstone of a significant value, just over
I think it's 12,500.
12,500 gold pieces worth. So this is probably
It's like a fist.
it's a fist-sized diamond that's been fabricated together to be able to create this wonderful shape, intricate detailed carvings, and just inside it is just cross-armed green draconic fiend creature. Its wings are also wrapped around it, held there, with only its tails sweeping down below, claws up on its shoulders, its head poking up and poking down, and wings looking like it's taking the form of an egg inside the gem.
Encased in it.
Yes, for eternity.
Well done, guys.
Look to Belvin, give him a nod. 2 down. You muted.
Am I?
Not
Nope.
anymore.
I was gonna say. It's just a bit higher.
Oh,
Okay, so I can now delete that character sheet.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Plot twist.
Just can you print that sheet and just rip it.
It's a good idea, actually.
Because fuck that guy, he was an asshole.
He was an asshole.
With the trees, bro.
Yeah, we're recycling.
What about the tweez?
Alright. Belvin's gonna go up and just go for a high five. Great work, Casimir.
Casimir will just like go to shake his hand.
Then that's when he just grabs his hand and he goes.
Yeah, you receive a sprain
I
as
was
he's
like, oh.
yeah, you're just like ah. It's just one.
I was like,
It's fucking like just throbbing.
It's one of those perfect anime moments when a character from Dragon Ball Z just like high fives a normal person.
it's a good day. I'm gonna go read this book a bit. It's actually quite
It's like, all right, well, now that we're done with that, I'm gonna go read too.
Yep.
Everyone's nerding out. Casimir's like, hell yeah, it is a good day.
Yep. Belvin will sending to Aunties about what happened with the imprisonment and stuff, and
Just an update.
yeah, update and everything.
Yeah, no, of course.
The fort that happened, and you know, Ikram turned. Well, actually, there's only 25 words, so pretty much just a very quick update. Stuff happened. We're okay.
Shit
Stuff
got
and
hectic.
things.
Stuff happens. Like, so in 25 words, she replies back, "Oh, I've been getting to know my parents. Conducted a funeral for Red, and have gotten along and bonded with Aviturus quite well over these past few days. I'll see you soon. Just tell me where you..." She sends a sending of her own. "Just let me know where you are and what your intended heading is. Intended heading is. And such."
I don't actually know where the castle's going. I guess we could just ask. Like,
Straight to the Well of the Dragons.
No, I thought we were making a detour first, and then to the World Dragons.
Yeah, so I'll put you on the world map. The castle is...
Oh, we're going to the Metallics
Yeah,
temple.
the castle's is going to the Metallic's
Ah,
temple.
I didn't know the castle itself was going there. I thought.
Well, Blagothkus has said he's going there, so I assume the castle's going there.
Yeah.
Because he
Basically,
goes everywhere with this fucking castle.
exactly.
It's
So
a flying castle.
as you guys are flying over what was once known as the grandfather tree until it was decimated and burnt and incinerated in the attack on the north, where you can see a lot of the northern area of the high forest has just been burnt and decimated away. Basically nearly turned into half swamp marsh, half desert, coming down from the north of this Sunderbar and River Ravine. That area is just a kind of swampy, barren waste. But south of this mountain, you see that the forest still takes hold. And you continue for 4 days, heading down towards the Star Mounts, to where the temple is.
So can we do whatever we want for those?
Yeah, you have 4 days of downtime. You can do what you have this day.
Cool.
You have 4 days as of this day.
Cool. Well, be reading my book until it's finished. I had 12 hours, and how much did I have to read?
48. So everyone had 48 hours to read. Total.
Definitely did. I think I had...
So I had 12 hours. So
Yeah, I had 12 hours down, so I needed 36. So that's what? 3 days?
that's 3 days.
Yeah. Reading 12 hours a day would get you through it.
Cool.
How many hours do we have to have?
48.
Yeah, I got 12 hours of reading down.
Okay, so if you read for another 12 hours...
So that's all we did for 3 days.
So yeah, basically
books.
during the daytime was just move about the castle, changing into different reading positions and patterns and getting away from each other. and just
We like have like torches under our blankets and shit.
yeah, literally just
hell
having
yeah.
a nice cruise, just having a nice cruisy experience on the castle, heading
Sweet.
down.
So if I finish that tome,
Charisma goes.
charisma goes up by 2, doesn't it?
Your charisma goes up. Well, yeah, your charisma score goes up by 2, so it gives it another +1. What is it
I
now?
got it. I got the
Plus
intelligence
6.
as well. Yeah, I got +6 in
Nice.
now. Oh.
And Ikram, what did
Um,
you achieve from yours?
Proficient in acrobatics. So does that just mean I literally just tick acrobatics and that's it, or
Yep.
Yep.
okay? That was tiring.
There's a lot
I mean,
of reading.
I know
That's
I
probably
go
the
need a
first-
long rest.
That's probably the first book you've read in a while.
Yeah, we're having this massive reading. Like every now and then I'll come over to you and be like, "What's this word?"
At the end of the both of you reading, hello Dion, look how pretty I am with sunglasses, right? At the end of the both of you reading your books, as soon as you finish turning the last page and closing the book and breathing a sigh of release, you feel this strange whelm of clarity come over the both of you. The books just in an instant just fade, disappear from sight. Whatever magic was remaining residually just vanishes with it as it just disappears into starlight.
Okay.
Nice.
Now,
You're so powerful now.
yes. So what? You got a +6 to your strength and to your charisma?
Yes.
My
Oh,
God,
shit.
that is strong for a paladin.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking strong for anyone.
That's pretty fucking strong. So, is there anything you guys would like to do for the rest of this journey or throughout this journey? Is there any scenes or anything one you would like to talk to during this time? There are other little materials and little knickknacks that you can do as well.
Let's see. Every day I would have been doing 1,000 gold on the worm staff as for the 10-day process
Yeah.
to make a staff, basically with what was it? The glyph.
So basically,
Essentially-
yeah.
Like the cube would be the head of the staff, and then
Oh.
forming a
length.
a shaft, like the staff
Kind of
pole.
double helixes out from the magic that you create from the
yeah.
cube, and twists
Pretty
and
cool.
turns and creates, and it's constantly just like with the cube, but in the process of you not making it, it just absorbs back into the cube, into the slot where the worm glyph is presented.
It's basically just like a staff with like a socket on the end
Yeah,
that the cube sits in.
exactly. Ikram, you are approached, however, one of the evenings in which you aren't reading by Ella, and she takes to your side, and you both look out over the skies and over the land. It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite lovely.
How did it feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
To have the wind underneath your wings again?
It's well, I don't really remember back then, but it was definitely a new experience for myself.
I can safely tell you that when I first took on a human form, I too was a bit taken back at the limitations placed on me, even though I could feel my entire self condensed into this form. What will you do now, Rysarath? Or should I say Ikram?
Ikram would be the preferred one. Just go about my merry way. Battle some dudes.
Oh yes. Very interesting. If you ever intent on training in your new form, I'm certain I could teach you a thing or two. Your ability amongst the clouds was a little less for wear.
I'm gonna actually like laugh because it's pretty funny.
Sometimes you just grow out of old clothes.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well,
Is she like testing me? I feel like she's testing me.
you can roll an insight check.
I feel like she's trying to suss out whether she should be worried. Say insight?
Yeah.
16.
On a 16, you are getting the sense that she's not having a go at you, but she's just having...
No, not having a go, but she's like
Yeah,
testing the waters a little bit.
Exactly, I was about to say. She's testing the waters and seeing where you stand on the matter.
I'm gonna kind of keep it like blasé, like, you know, I enjoyed it, but like, I'm enjoying where I'm at
Right now.
spiritually at the moment.
Oh, nice. She kind of picks up that you're looking into her. And as she catches on, she kind of draws her sword and adds a prayer to Bahamut in your intrigue of her, sheaths her sword and says, about lunchtime tomorrow we should be at high noon. We'll be able to visit the council. The rest of them will be arriving then.
Awesome.
You have yourself, as she walks back around you, you have yourself a good afternoon. And she just steps up on a
You
ledge
too.
and drops off.
I'll like do a little head nod. And I'm gonna be a little bit jealous because I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Couple seconds later in your jealousy, just two massive silver dragon wings just...
I'm like, damn, I could be that good.
Bye.
Very nice. So, if there's nothing else for you to plan or to think about, or to
How many
just-
days do we?
4 days traveling, right?
4 days
Should I do, like a
travel.
Rocky montage of me just training.
I mean, if you want to do that,
shape change, gold dragon training.
Making snowmen, punching.
Got a little sweatband on and shit.
yeah, man, you can absolutely do that. Give us the rundown of your Rocky.
Montage.
Even Ikram had a montage.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just practice like flying around and maneuvering around the castle and that. Like, can I cast my own spells and shit?
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'd cast like create items, and I'll just like create like rings and shit to be like dodging through, and you know what I mean? Like,
You can do that.
yeah,
But the rings
Yeah.
won't stay floating in the air though.
I mean,
yeah. Like I might cast it, and then like it's dropping, and
Okay.
I'm like, woo!
Casimir, you can help with
Partarian.
this.
Just, yeah. Half-mindedly, just like throw out some rings for him. Illusions.
You start fucking with me and just dropping them like a little bit lower or whatever.
All right, what form are you in when you're doing this?
The adult gold dragon, or whatever it is.
Okay.
I'll just be like, just chilling on the balcony, reading a book, and then just like, do.
Just
putting some rings out there.
flying past. All right. No, let's do this. Let's do this.
I don't know if that'll actually do anything for me in the long run, but it's roleplay.
No, probably won't.
Right, Ikram.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, that's a big ring.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, those sort of rings. Yeah.
As you've asked Casimir to help you in the creation of giant fucking rings around the castle to fly in and around.
Like you do this in Spyro, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing this in Spyro. You take off from the top of the tower as you then free fall, shape changing and doing a spin as your pretty much cloak unfurls out into these gold dragon wings. You take flight, soaring down and heading directly
boy.
down the side. Make me an acrobatics check with your own ability score.
Oh, pressure. Oh. 28.
You have it together as you are flying through the air, as you bank hard to your left. Make me an athletics check as you push your wings as strong as you can, forcing yourself to rise through the air.
Athletics, not my.
Whoa! You get
Not
through.
your strong point, eh?
Yeah.
You line it
I
up
lied,
perfectly and fly as you can feel the air move in and around, moving through you as you just, like a leaf on the breeze,
Yeah, boy.
fly up and bank left hard up as you get into the third, heading towards the third ring. This time you just make a straight dexterity saving throw, as you know, you've got a lot to contend with. There's construction going on, there's buildings happening.
Good fucking
Don't
roll.
even worry about
On a
it.
29, yeah, you just go in, you swipe down, do a barrel roll, come back up, loop-de-loop, fly on through, and continue out. Your next ring is horizontal as well, so you need to kind of go up, loop back around, and twist down.
And like kind of replicate the dive that me and Elle did.
Yes. So you can make me another acrobatics check.
18.
It's
I mean, I had to sort of start going down from that.
It's still quite impressive, though. Like the adrenaline's going through, as you now find it difficult to go against the wind movements and try these more advanced maneuvers. However, as the fog cloud is still partially hiding the castle within the clouds, the last ring is down at the bottom on the other side of the castle, just at the entrance to the iceberg underneath. So, as you're flying through and trying to get the right angle as well, you can feel the wind. Let's say, make me a nature check as you're becoming one with the wind, as a creature of the air.
Nature.
Make a nature. And understand the
Okay.
currents of air. You know, it's a bit hard in this form since you're not really used to the scales. But
Fair.
as you are able to just poke your head through the illusionary ring and get it through, you come to quite the hard landing, screeching across the ice, digging your claws in and pulling back, just and hitting up against the ice wall. Casimir, your teacup to the side shakes a little bit.
It's just rude.
And I'm just like, wee.
Ella, in a silver dragon form,
How do I do an
raises.
ego check?
Make a charisma check.
I'm gonna do a performance check. Yeah.
Yeah. Ella actually raises her head up as she's resting and just. Not bad. Little hot-headed, but can be expected of colds. Not too different from your old self, I see.
I'm just gonna ignore that comment and just be like, yeah, I'm not too shabby.
I can see. Fairly,
I can't let ego kick in too hard, can I?
fairly fine specimen you've made yourself into.
I feel very like weird about everything she's saying. I just feel like she needs to take a chill pill. Just let me enjoy my moment.
Sorry, nature's my mistress.
As you then roll on out of the cave and drop down into the sky.
So this was my like break from reading throughout this entire expedition.
Yeah,
You're just fucking around, basically.
Reading and fucking around.
having
More
the
fucking
best,
around than reading.
having the best time out of everyone. Well, actually, Casimir was having a bit of a time. Belvin, however, was struggling a lot.
Yeah. 100%.
What did you improve? Your charisma, was it?
Charisma.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So essentially, on that last day, Belvin goes out when super excited because during a day they do have training drills for the ogres and the giants. He hasn't been able to partake in any of that, to witness any of it, be a part of it. So on that fourth day, he is so excited to even get a part and be like with the morning drills.
Ooh, how does he go with the dragons? The giants.
I don't know. Let's find out. Who wants to control a giant?
I think Rob should do it and redeem himself.
No, I reckon you should, because my rolls I've done all my good rolls. And I don't want to do no bad rolls now.
All right.
The fire giants are quite interested in fighting alongside a master craftsman such as Belvin as well. So we can do some non-lethal 1v1s.
I think Belvin's the only one who could actually fight him.
That would make
Because
sense,
Kaz wouldn't be
yeah.
able to like actually fight with them. He'd just sort of like fly around and be annoying.
That's true. Let's see. Who has access to the fire giants? I think it's
Me.
yeah.
It is.
Let's change that. Here you go.
Stop hitting
I was gonna
yourself.
say, can
Stop
I just
hitting
fight
yourself.
myself?
No, that's not as.
Where's the fun in that?
Here you go. Here you go, Casimir. Have a fire giant to play with.
Alright. Where are they?
As on that fourth day, as that morning's going around and the fire giants are testing their martial abilities. If you were down for it, Belvin, you can entice one of them to a challenge. Glancing blows, of course.
Yeah, I'll just come up, just ask like, do you mind if I, have a bit of a bout? I feel like I need to stretch my muscles a bit after all this sitting down and reading the last few days.
Oh, I don't know if you're able to handle this thickness.
Well,
But sure, you can give it a try.
maybe not, but gives myself some experience anyway.
Are you down with the thickness?
Well, as a circle gathers
Just looking.
to watch
As
the fight.
fire giants kind of more like, are they pretty ego-y, like in real life, like generally?
Yeah, they're pretty fucking storm. They're pretty.
They're pretty hot-headed.
Yeah. Even Balgothus watches from the top of the tower after hearing about it. So, let's roll some initiative, you two.
I can't select the token. I
I
can see his
will,
HP, but I can't select it.
I will fix that for you.
Thank you.
You should be able to.
So is this just a real life type
There we go.
scenario,
But I'll let you go first.
or are we pulling punches in a sense?
A fire giant would be one
Pretty-
to
Like, I'll
with
go
every-
easy on you, but you can go hard.
with everything coming up. A fire giant would be like, let's fuck shit up because we're
go
gonna
at
get
it.
Yeah, you guys have a
Can I
walk.
just ask, how big is this giant sword compared to Belvin in height?
It's like twice as high, probably.
Twice, at least twice.
Yeah, okay.
3
Just
times his height.
getting some like
Jesus.
visuals going on.
Because the great sword is about 26 feet.
It's like a buster sword,
Yeah.
except upsized.
He's about to get busted.
Yeah.
Alright. Back and forth.
Your move, Belvin.
Alright.
Your move, Serpent Helm.
Let's do this.
Leroy.
Belvin will unsheath the shielding light and just charge straight at him.
Ah. Through the snow and the sleet.
And he's pretty quick as well. It's just deceivingly quick. Because with the new Oath of Glory stuff that I looked up, Belvin actually has a movement speed of 40 feet.
Ooh,
So,
No.
that's actually kind of nice.
Fastest paladin around.
like, yeah.
Fastest paladin in the castle.
Alright. And then he's gonna take one quick longsword attack.
Attacking his shins.
Blah. 25.
Ah, my shin.
A chance!
Saving his toenails.
That's 15.
That is 15 points of damage to the fire giant as it comes in and cuts through the shins.
Ow.
Just tings across the arm line.
And then another one.
Oh my
no
god.
way.
No, so what's that? 19 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8.
Yeah, this is what I have to deal with all the time. Have fun.
Ooh, that did about a third of his health.
Alright.
Welcome to what I have to deal with all the time.
Belvin will just like, alright.
It's like, fuck this guy. Let's go to him. It all the guys going.
I can just imagine. Yeah, he's just like ting ting, and then they just go. "Doo, doo, 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 doo."
It's just elbows.
Alright.
Alright,
Is that your turn?
that's me.
You've hurt his shins a bit. He's it's pretty deep cuts in his legs. He's like, ah, fuck you. So he's gonna run in shoulder barge, Belvin. So you have to make a strength save, or be knocked prone.
With the
19.
stone
Yep,
giants and
equals.
ice giants, would they be cheering for Belvin or the other giant? They're just into like a good old fight.
They just into a good old fight, but the fire
Just
giants,
meatheads.
the fire giants would be backing the fire giant, and then
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
I just didn't know if they'd all be like, "Boo,
but
hit him harder."
they are creating a ramble, and it's and with a successful like shield up against the knee that's being driven into Belvin at the form
Yeah.
of this tackle.
You block it. So that was like a bonus attack thing. That's like not under their actions.
It's a
I mean,
bonus
that's-
action to do a tackle.
On a fire giant.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it doesn't actually say what it costs. It's just like when you enter their space for the first time on a turn.
Exactly.
So I assume it's just like a thing you can do for free.
Yeah.
Like once. And then goes in with the flat of the greatsword.
Playing golf,
15.
No.
bringing up the ice off the ground.
With the fling, Kyle, do I have to make a grapple check first or something?
What does it say?
Giant tries to throw a small or medium creature within 10 feet of it. Oh, so I guess not.
Nope.
The time center will be held. It says I need to make a dex
Save,
or be
yeah.
hurled. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if I make the save, I don't get flung.
Yep,
the way
that's
that
right.
sounds.
Yeah, you sound like you're getting rid of the grapple, kind
Yeah,
of.
you get out of the way.
So it'll like reach out to try and grab Belvin. Easy.
He's just like, huh.
Belvin just ducks underneath. And that's his turn.
Been a slippery gypsy. Trying to fling me, you bastard. Fuck you.
Just fucking throw you off the castle.
I need to look up the throwing rules. You guys have fun.
Oh, no,
Belvin's just-
he's not gonna throw him off the castle.
Belvin's just gonna fling his sword to the side, and the sword actually shimmers with like a pinky purple hue that kind of shakes and vibrates. And he's gonna go in for a attack on the back of the leg.
Not my legs. They're my only ones.
I just want to make sure I got that. Yeah.
So what spell are you using?
Alright, so does a 28 hit?
Yes.
A staggering smite is what I was using.
Ooh. So what do I have to do for that?
Wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom. Oh.
Wow.
There's a reason why this one's the leader.
Nice. Double that 20.
Because he's lucky.
On a fair say,
So I think on a successful save, do I take like half damage or something?
no. It's only you only fail the. It says the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it has a disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and 10 take reactions. It still takes the damage though.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I will hit him again. Does a 17
Oh,
hit?
misses. Yeah.
No.
By one.
So,
Actually.
just for reference, giants can throw up to 240 feet.
Holy shit.
Oh, the fling thing is 60 feet, but yeah.
But as per their rock ability,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so there's potential.
Just pick up a rock, throw it at my feet, hit Belvin.
Just pick up Belvin and throw Belvin. Just pick up some snow and just drop it.
Alright.
Pocket snow. There.
The pocket snow. Oh, actually, that first hit needed him
Oh,
damage as well on it.
Ooh, he's not looking too good. He's
Right.
on Belford.
That's my turn.
Belvin, see, this is the
Alright.
problem I have with Belvin. I can't touch him.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty strong. I mean, he should be pretty strong at this level.
Yes.
So I was just gonna go for a flurry. Oh, actually, no. He's gonna try and knee him again.
That's a strength save, isn't it?
Yes. Blocked again. He's like,
Literally
"Fucking-"
just sidesteps the bloke.
It's going ham. 2 great sword attacks.
Yes.
Oh,
Is gonna miss because I'm gonna use glorious defense on that,
damn. 28.
which gives me a +6 to my armor class, which is 31.
Holy shit.
And I get to make an attack on the same action.
Yeah.
18 hit.
All equals. Yeah.
So you take 19
And you're. Yeah.
and
Yep.
so you take
Ooh.
21 points of damage.
Oh, you beating him up pretty good. He's like. He's breathing hard now. He's like. Oh, took a knee. Because he cut his leg up.
This contest of might between a literal giant and a giant of character and might.
All right.
Giant turd.
Alrighty.
Belvin, you're up.
Alrighty. And then Belvin's just gonna swing his sword out again. And this time he'll bring his sword forward, and his sword will start shimmering a light bluey sort of tinge to it. And then he's just gonna go in for another attack.
Ooh,
32 hit.
Jeez.
barely hits.
Glancing blow.
Yeah.
And he was going to hit him with a banishing smite.
Oh shit. Wait, hold up. Let's see.
Does that bring him below 50 health?
42.
He
That's
gets banished.
The damage puts him on 0 health.
Oh.
Oh, plus your improved smite. He's definitely like, you knocked him out.
Yeah.
But he's gone. You just deleted him.
As
He's been muted.
all right, so tell me how this last strike puts him to sleep and banishes him away.
He's just kind of like leaning on his greatsword, by the way, because he's like breathing real heavy.
From a failed tackle, 2 big misses.
Belvin has the sword up and pretty much puts it to one side and then just slashes straight down without looking, and then he goes as he falls he goes
Everyone's like, oh, shit.
Suctions into oblivion, and everyone's just like,
You killed him. Get him.
Belvin will just kind of look at his sword. So that's how it feels. And then he'll sheath his sword and he'll get rid of the
The
banishing
banishment.
smite.
Team-
And then he'll use cure wounds on him.
yeah, on a half fall, he just to the ground, and like for an instant, the fire giants are like ready to pounce, and then like he reappears, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, and I cast cure wounds at 4th level.
Oh,
Oh,
nice
wow.
guy.
Good bloke.
That's some epic heals.
11.
The fire giant comes back to you and looks over you and just goes, you see one of the stone giants hands a goat, like an actual living goat, over to one of the ice giants, and the ice giant literally just pockets it.
Little goat pouch.
Yeah, nice.
We have coin pouches. They have goat pouches.
Exactly. The rest of the group begins to disperse as the rest of the day goes on, but as you've earned the respect among giants as one of the fearsome warriors.
That was a good bout.
Yeah, nice. That was sick.
Flawless victory.
Leaves there.
Belvin will put his fist up for a fist bump.
And it's just
Hammer fist.
He just like kind of gets indented in the ground a bit.
It's just like
yeah, it
this.
just sinks into the snow a little bit more.
But he
You
doesn't
see the same
crumble.
thing? Am I above Brad in Zoom? Or...
You are, yes.
Oh, no.
No, you pull your fist back, because it's like the scale.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't buckle, but he just gets indented. Just.
In the snow.
Holding your ground. Oh, Christ.
Restep.
Curious with cure wounds, do I add like my spell bonus to it? I know it's not attack bonus, but it's like
Yeah, spellcasting bonus, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it should get added
Yeah.
automatically, maybe?
Yeah, it should be added automatically with cure wounds.
If you drag the spell.
I don't know when I did it. I might
What's-
re-drag it.
What's the spell actually say?
Let's see. You touch a creature that regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yeah,
Plus
there you go.
6.
So
plus
that'll be
6.
another +6 on that then.
No effect on undead
Yeah.
or constructs.
Yes, no effect on undead or constructs, because it's curing wounds.
That'd be cool if healing hurt undead though.
Some
in
healing,
games.
some does.
So,
I can't remember which creature it is, but if you do healing damage to some form of undead, it does take damage.
Okay, that's cool.
Anyway,
Yeah.
as you hold the giant's respect in your martial ability, you then return to your own group of friends to then inform them of shenanigans. Casimir's still studying away.
I'd be looking at Kishan's spellbook at this point.
Oh,
I'd have a day left of stuff.
you would, yeah.
I gotta find the spell, so don't worry about that for now.
So, is there anything y'all would like to plan before we get to the dragons?
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Holy shit, that's a lot of healing. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
I just I fixed up my cure wounds. That's actually my 4th level cast now.
Belvin's flexing on you.
Belvin's
Like,
flexing.
I'm the healer now.
I mean, but
I'm
it's an
cool with
action.
that.
It's an action though, so
Yeah, you're not gonna do it in combat. I
Look
think.
at me.
yeah.
I'm the healer now.
But 24 points is not bad.
That's not bad. Alright. So, before we get to tonight's next segment, I think we'll go ahead and take a break because we haven't had a break in the last 4 sessions, to be brutally honest.
Yeah, true.
It's been pretty fun though.
That's true. So, we'll be right back with part 2 of Dragon Through D&D after this quick commercial message. I'm not going to actually play
From
a
our
commercial for
sponsors.
you. From,
Yeah.
from our sponsors. But we're not actually going to play an ad because that would
Turtlenecks
be horrible.
and gold chains.
Yeah, coming next season, dragons and turtlenecks. There's just going to be a party of druids in turtlenecks. Anyway, till then, friends. See you in just a moment. And we're back. Thanks for hanging in there for our first break that we've taken for the first like 4 sessions now. Really weird. As we are back in Dragon's Brew D&D, our party continues to soar amongst the clouds, heading to the Dragon Council. And upon reaching the Star Mount, the peak of the Star Mount, to finding the lost, the hidden temple of the metallic dragons, and following it up the shaft of light that beams them directly up to the floating rocks that hurtle around the ancient artifact known as the God Plate. I'm just wondering if you're on the map.
Yep. Yep.
I was going to say the dragon to our southwest is standing exactly like my fucking dog stands when I say that dinner's ready.
He's real excited, right?
It's just like, oh. And then proceeds to inhale the fuck out of it.
If you fed him a hot dog, would that be cannibalism?
Oh,
I wonder if it is like gets stuck in his intestines, like.
Oh god.
Well, only if he doesn't chew. Right. So, at your arrival,
Those who don't know, my dog is a sausage dog. I'm just throwing that out there. If you couldn't work that out.
indeed. At your arrival, you see that from where you can see that Nimmer, Ella, Tasmakella, Tyrus, and Brotantha have all gathered around, but you can also see that the God Plate itself, that was overgrown when you last left it, has now bloomed into this tangled mess of vines, brambled branches, and growing sprouts of what seems to be just this mess of trees just going out from the God Plate. You can't see the God Plate anymore. It is now just a mass of just a wrath of nature curled around it. The tangles and vines drop down and cascade off the edge, growing moss in between them, sinking into the earth itself that's floating there, along with creating sharp barbs and pointed thorns that just push out. Sharper than spears, probably, you'd reckon. Could be easily impaled on. And the dragon skull, even though singed and half destroyed by the flames of Protantha during the battle with Vikram, you can see that through the bone, trees also beginning to grow and spiral out as branches extend out from the eye socket, from the ear hole, the holes in the cranium, and blossom out as the leaves and branches just show green surrounding it.
Panther's ashamed about it, so he's not even looking at us.
He turns his entire body to look at you then. And he's a little just like, I can't believe I let this bastard do this. Verdamford then proclaims to the council, this next session of the Partarian Council will commence. Tasmakella speaks up. The time spent with the Harpers. Actually, who did what? Tyrus was with the Harpers, I'm sorry. Tasmakella then retorts, saying, time spent in the Wood of Sharp Teeth on the borders of Baldur's Gate and Elturel have proven quite encouraging for the Hellrisers of the land, and trade has again shifted down the rivers. More and more move across the land, as if no threats are in the skies under our protection, although at first I was skeptical until meeting with the high chambers of Elturel and the merchants of Baldur's Gate. Nimue also comments, cleaning up the remnants of the Iron Circle and Sharax's doings. A blight that she was on The high forest has come to pass. The mountain ranges below and above the nether mountains show signs of normality. Less raiders, less bestial creatures have taken to the trails and have allowed the Alliance forces to travel south in safety and encouraged, knowing they are protected. It is with great sadness we do report, however, many on the roads have died from over what we can expected the previous months beforehand. Bradantha, I agree. Around Waterdeep, the people are encouraged at the sight of such a majestic gold dragon such as I. Knowing they are protected brings them great warmth and brings great wealth to my heart. But alas, it is still wrought with frightened small creatures, ready to fight and bear arms before traveling south, their navies looking to the skies at all times as they move down towards the territory of Tasmakella. Tyrison speaks up and casts a minor illusion, showing a Caleldra, a burnt out dead volcano. And projects it's big enough that everyone can see. The information gathered from the Well of Dragons and the Harpers is significant. Our aerial patrols and investigations have already shown that Tiamat's temple has risen to this world. Upon its peak, we can find the final inner wall where the temple is kept. The 6 possible points of entry. Some carry more foot traffic than the other. We are unable to see just where these paths lead into the natural caverns of the lava tubes that once flowed through the region at the time of the birth, or at the time of a volcano being alive. Basically telling you that there are 6 possible points of entry.
I wonder if it's possible to reignite the volcano.
The council all basically just looks towards you, looks towards Ikram, and then looks towards you.
Belvin will also kind of, like, after Casimir says that, like, look at Ikram.
Do you think it's possible? We could potentially destroy the temple and save the child.
Is it a previously active volcano? Sorry, is it like...
So it's inactive now, I'm guessing.
No, like, was it, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know, I wouldn't be able to tell from here. Like, here, would I? It'd be... I'd have to see it on the day.
Well, make a nature check for me.
I'll consider it.
Okay.
15.
So you get the idea that an extinct volcano that is not erupted for at least 10,000 years is not expected to erupt again any time in a
Yeah, but
comparable
if we
time scale of the
force
future.
it.
But if you force it,
But are we able to? Is the question.
well,
Yeah.
between the amount of magma or the additional gas or pressure applied, a volcano will erupt so long as there is a supply of magma and gas present. So it is possible.
Maybe not practical, but oh well.
But it can. It does have, like, let's say it does have a percentage of a chance to happen. It all depends on how you're going to do it. I mean, you could wish the volcano to become active.
Oh, true.
You could do. It all depends on how you're going to get the significant amount. Okay. If this volcano has been dead for a significant amount of time, and it's been sealed over through time and like over the course of many years, you then have just a mass of earth acting as a cork that would need to be cracked open. You need to split the earth some way and then generate enough heat from there to have the pressure release and such. So, I don't know.
Would some kind of earthquake work?
That's the spell I was kind of looking at.
With your 15 on a nature check, yeah. Considering, yeah. It would do
Cast. Yeah.
it would do a significant amount of damage as well. You would know that it would do a significant amount of damage to the temple as well, and would more than likely interrupt whatever was happening within inside it. But it would also breathe potential for the earthquake to go apart, especially when they tell you that down in this southern section here is a sinkhole. So this is a sinkhole that goes down probably about 200 feet into
As
the
in where all
earth.
the lava can run to.
Oh,
So is this the whole temple?
that's the whole temple.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit, that's massive. Because this is like a top of a volcano, so I'm assuming
Yep.
it's not to scale.
It's as accurate as to scale as I could
Okay.
guess to try and make it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. It's a pentagram.
Congratulations.
Oh my
Did-
god, Bradley, don't do it.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he
Well,
just summoned
now the
Tiamat.
plan's failed.
Oh, yep. You summoned Tiamat. Congratulations. We lost. Okay.
Okay, so if
6
That's-
possible entry points.
would you want to set the volcano off, or
I mean,
I
it-
don't know if it'll help us, honestly. We do want to attempt to rescue our.
Honestly, I do think earthquake would be a pretty
effective opener?
yeah, just on the whole thing itself. Like, you know, who knows? The grounds could be really unstable. There could be,
Yeah.
you know, and it just if you do it on that area, like, it because we won't because you can do it on a far enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So you could definitely do it and try to do some damage, but it's up to you.
It might just,
It's a gamble.
shake up.
Yeah,
What
you
is
could.
it? Shake. What's the expression? Like shake the shit and see what falls out or something?
I don't know.
Why are you shaking the shit?
I don't know. Sounded fun.
Who's shit?
Yeah. And like, isn't the shit the thing that fell out already?
I am very
Remember the
interested.
expression?
I am very interested in now in bringing magma into the final battle.
Yeah, that's the thing. It could work against us too.
Yeah, we definitely do not want to go in my lava and stuff like that.
Anyway,
I'm down.
But yes, anyway, that was the information.
They
Very
do
good
tell you
information.
as well that there is the main way everyone gets to and around, or basically navigates their way towards, and the path they took towards the Well of Dragons was also that of how the cult mostly get there as well. Well, not just a cult, but like just creatures moving to and fro. And
Okay.
it's essentially approaching from the ravine. So I'm just going to put that dot over
River.
there. Yeah.
This bit here.
Approaching from that ravine and in and around that area, as that is the main significant runoff from the Sunset Mountains, but also the tallest peak off to the side of the Sunset Mountains. It is all mostly just wasteland out and around here as well, so there is still the dangers of the desert traveling through and around. There is hundreds of dragons taken to the sky, along with monstrous creatures and raiders from the Sunset Mountains and from the Orzem ruins as well, as that's all territory of Lenarath. So they basically had to sneakily make their way in and through, but they do tell you that as they do take a northbound turn to then get into around this northern section of the well, as they climb up and skirt around it to the north.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Is that all of their
The intel.
gatherings?
At this current time, that is all of Tyrus's gatherings. From investigating from a top view and just watching over the course of what was a week and a half.
Yeah.
The location of the Drakhorn.
The location of the Drakhorn. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a d20. On a 3, it was definitely coming from within the from not within the temple, but within the surroundings, but it couldn't be pinpointed.
But we know it's not in the temple, at least.
Yes.
Okay. But is it okay? But like surroundings, more like in that volcano,
somewhere in like the
or
tunnels.
in the mountains.
In the volcano somewhere.
Okay, that's cool. That's what I wanted to clarify, because like you said somewhere, because it's right next to the Sunset Mountains. It could be anywhere on there. Even.
Somewhere on this plane.
He
Yeah.
definitely doesn't think it's in the Sunset Mountains.
Okay.
He does suspect it to be.
Fuck.
He does suspect it to be possibly in around this area.
Okay.
Sandstorm.
So we could try potentially one of the northern entrances,
Yeah.
because the quicker we find out, the better.
All right. So, how would you? Protanther does speak up and say, "How would you align your forces to make sure you get to these positions?"
Abstraction works well most times. If we were to act independently, the bulk of our forces would draw their attention.
Well, where
Thousands of dragons flying in the sky, all of their mercenary armies fighting on the ground. You will be battling from two fronts, in front and from the skies.
I have an idea that could potentially stop an aerial battle, at least on their half.
Do go on.
I've come across a a ward that can prevent dragons from flying.
They kind of look uncomfortable at that. They're just like,
I understand your hesitation. However, it's chosen few are allowed to ignore the ward. So this could be used to our advantage rather than stripping your flight.
do go on.
I've yet to perfect the ward, but within a week I'll be able to test it out to see its effects.
Know this, mage, that if any metallic is taken to the ground due to this ward, we will respond in kind. But please know we trust you in good faith.
I'm not foolish enough to make the metallics my enemies, especially the council. And I have no wish to either.
There is enough blood to be shed in the coming month.
Also, Carl, where, if we look at a map, where is going to be the pretty much probably the only spot that an army is going to be able to get to this area?
Essentially, traveling east from El Torel is going to be the best. Is
On
going
the river?
Yeah. So if you're heading down along the river from Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
if
Follow-
at any
Follow
point
that
there,
to probably Scornable, around the woods.
I mean, they could follow the river all the way up, right? Because the navy's going from Waterdeep.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Like, they'd be able to get like a certain distance in until like beyond the edge of the reaching woods would be a bit too.
It looks really narrow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Up in
this
here.
is like a world map, though.
Yeah,
So,
this is a world map, but at the same time, it's not the river that becomes the problem. It then becomes the mass of dragons within the sky. But there will be rolls and checks to deal with that.
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
day,
But
so-
okay, so they'll
Absolutely.
be following, like pretty much along here,
Yeah, pretty much.
and then probably around here,
Yeah. So they'd gather
sort
like
of thing.
at Hardbuckler, or they could, even if
Yeah.
you're brave enough, you could go to Darkhold.
Where's Darkhold?
Darkhold's around here.
Oh, right. What is Darkhold, actually?
You don't know?
Nah, we'll be better if Hardbuckler here, sort of set up pretty much around here,
Yeah.
and then probably move the forces.
Troops.
Probably maybe they'll probably end up here, this big plain bit here,
Yeah.
compared to here being really close. I don't think they'll let us here, but that'll be the path, I feel.
Is it actually sort of like just plains there?
Yeah,
The
it's
hills and
mostly
stuff?
rolling plains and like going into wastelands. The closer you get towards
Around here.
the deserts. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, if we set everyone up here, yeah, move that way, and attack from the northwest, pretty much.
you could essentially also get the armies from the north that are coming down to, instead of going to Baldur's Gate, they could meet at El Torel and possibly make their way back and head
Yeah.
to Hardbuckle if that's where you want to go.
Yeah, if I think so. I think go to Trial,
Yeah.
Trial.
That's like a super small 500 person caravan park.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
make their way around that there, and then here maybe. Oh wait, this caravan park. If they're like selling goods stuff,
Yeah,
they'll sell out and be like
they will be done.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
But like if the troops can
Yeah.
go there to there, and then we all kind of set up there, make our way that way.
I wonder how long it would take Ikram to create a, let's see, 150-mile tunnel.
Couple of days.
With what?
Probably
Move
the more
Earth or
exciting
something? Is it?
reading.
Is it Move Earth?
Like years.
Like,
What about if I turned into an Earth elemental?
yeah.
Years.
Hmm.
150 miles.
Earth Glide. The Earth elemental can burrow through non-magical, unworked earth and stone. Oh, the elemental doesn't disturb the material inventory.
No.
Damn it!
It means
Yeah.
that you just float through it.
Even said 150 miles.
That's a long time.
That's a long way.
So okay, so so Move Earth is the one that you're probably talking about for a tunnel, right?
Yeah,
there's a
like
couple of
move-
different ones.
But this
There's
one,
mold earth,
this
move
one,
earth.
you can reshape dirt, sand, or clay in the area that you choose. Create or fill in a trench.
Yeah.
What
Um,
level spell is that?
6th. It says if you affect a 40-foot square
And
or
the,
dig a trench up to
Oh, yeah,
20
do
feet
it.
deep and so on. It takes
Okay.
10 minutes for these changes to complete, and you can concentrate on that to 2 hours.
10
120
minutes.
feet.
Sweet. So you get
I'll just put it in the chat.
10 minutes. Concentrate for 2 hours. So you get 240 feet per cast, basically, maximum.
And what is it? What was it? 1.6 miles or something?
150 miles.
160 miles.
Oh, yeah.
So how much-
1.6 miles.
Sorry, 1.
How many feet? How many feet in a mile?
160. Yeah.
What if I cast Conjure Animals and
Moles.
conjured like fucking moles? Just a
Okay.
shitload of moles.
So let's
And-
see. So 240 feet is 0.4545 miles. So let's see. Count. 160. So you only need to cast it 3,520 times.
So not doable at all.
Not
Maybe-
currently.
Maybe in a year.
What
Like-
would be the benefit of this tunnel? Like, is it any
Sneak
better
attack.
than?
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Yeah, is it a
It's
flying
like
castle?
come out the beaver. Oh no, not the beaver. Like the mole rat.
The mole rat, yeah.
He's like, "Surprise, motherfucker."
Exactly.
Come out and stab Tiamat after she's been summoned like fucking 10 years ago.
What if I like transform? Yeah, what if I use conjure animals, conjure like as many moles as I can,
Rob,
It'd probably
and
be
then
about
mold
the same.
shape into a
Rob.
giant mole?
Rob, it's 150 miles.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Man, what
If-
if I
look,
cast
look, if-
Sunbeam in a straight line?
Look, if the New South Wales government can't get across 2 in the span of 3 years, you can't get 150 in a month.
Yeah, true. My mole rats would probably be like leaning on shovels, like
Yeah,
watching
one's
dude
burrowing, the other's just watching him.
The union would be enraged against you. Anyway, that idea aside,
What happens if we go around the back way? Come in from the west.
you do have
That is-
access to their teleportation circle, but I'm sure you could gather that they have probably taken precautions against that. Though you do have access to Lenaraf's layers one in the north of that.
Well, it seems to me that Lenarath is a problem. Perhaps he could be removed before the final battle.
I mean, if you guys want to convince Sandstorm to do it, I'm sure he'd be down.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, we wouldn't have to ask twice.
Like,
What do you guys think?
prayers.
What do you guys think?
What?
Taking out Lenarath before the
I mean,
battle?
if it's better than if it's better than digging a fucking 160-mile tunnel.
I mean,
Um,
it's better to like kill him before the final battle because
It
he's
would.
really powerful.
It would. Uh, if we can get a solid plan to hit him, I don't know, like,
Hit him quick.
yeah, and unsuspecting sort of thing
Lead
at
him.
the same time, because like we definitely don't want him to.
Do we know where he is? Based
So
on
we're
that info?
scrying.
You can always try.
Can do.
Because we've seen that fucker. We've seen
You
it.
have.
Because he's got a few layers. There's like one here,
There's two.
and then
There's
was
a
it-
north one.
was it- Oh, okay.
There's one right at the other end of the desert.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's fucking
It's fucking strong
He's
as,
getting-
alright.
2 houses.
I mean, yeah, we definitely could. I think it'll definitely hinder the bulk.
Mm.
But remember, there's only 2 left: Lenarath and the Red Dragon. I don't know. I don't think we've met the Red Dragon yet.
You have not met the Red Dragon.
What's its name? We know its name though.
You know the name of the first ancient Red Dragon, Elphiamon.
But anyway, but they're the 2 that are left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we can find out where Lenarath is and get him,
I mean, I think that's a pretty good plan.
Alright.
Wally.
You can scry on him if you wish.
and at
Oh,
least
yeah.
we can attempt this while the forces are making their way to the Well of Dragons. Still
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've got what, like
a few weeks.
a month or something.
Yeah, you got a month in game time to prepare everything.
Okay. I'd definitely try and scry on him.
Especially during all these conversations going on, being back and forth while information's being passed through to you.
Also, we definitely
let's see.
would have let the Dragon Council know that we totally imprisoned,
Oh
You-
yeah.
banished those 2.
You have not yet.
Okay. Well, Kaz will pull out a fist-sized diamond and say some good news on our part. In Castle Skyreach, we were attacked by some of the cult leaders of each sect of the cult, and I'm happy to say we've successfully imprisoned 2 of them. 2 of the 5. And he would mage hand the
Nereve?
gem over
Oh.
to Protantha.
Pratantha does reach out and just grabs it and just like kind of licks his lips. That's such a valuable treasure. But knowing what's inside it, he's kind of like got a bittersweet look on his face. Just like an Abishai. Once mortal, now tainted by the scaled tyrant's favor. Transformed into this hideous beast to serve at her pleasure in the 9 hells between Avernus and Nexus. Pitiful creature. Good riddance. You have done the world of service today. You have gone beyond your promises to deliver.
Speaking of promises, we got the head still, right?
Auntie's actually has it.
Andres has a
Okay.
but she's not right yet.
Okay. Antis has the proof, I suppose, of what was his name?
Kashan?
Kashan. Kashan's demise. I'm afraid for now you'll have to take my word for it, but I hope we've built up enough trust that you'll believe me in that.
There's a bit of a genuine nod between them all.
fireproof will arrive shortly after Antisa's wrapped up her business.
Between the imprisonment of Tiamat's jailers and the change in the air that we can smell around everyone, around the world, around people, this very day we bear witness to ancients born anew and youth blessed to grow strong and wise. Rise Seraphs, and he looks back to the tangled mess that was of plants that was once the god plate. So his head is in the right place, Rob.
Look at me.
Actually, first, I will make a check for Lenaref. So,
Oh, right, yeah. So he made. So we have met him, I believe.
We have, yep.
Yeah, you have met him.
Yes, we have.
Oh, Greenus, yeah.
Oh, no, we also met him when he appeared at those
He was
ruins.
only flying towards you. You guys
Yeah,
bamfed
yeah.
out beforehand.
Yeah,
We've
but we saw his
definitely-
head though. We actually saw his head before he breathed his lightning into the thing.
That's true too.
Shit.
And we're like, fuck! Finish the teleportation!
Right, do we have
Right, you
a
don't know.
likeness, picture, possession, garment, body part, blah blah blah? Any of that?
Technically, Sandstorm,
Yeah, we don't at this point. Sandstorm does.
because
Did he have Lenareth's?
no,
body part?
but
No, it was just another blue, I think.
no. But the thing with that was, make an insight check.
22.
As one of the strongest blue dragons in existence, you and on the cult side so easily, you could gather that the scales of Laminarath were given to this being who then became that half dragon. So technically it's secondhand scale knowledge, so technically yes. And you've been in contact with that body part plenty of times.
Yeah, but don't have it at the moment.
Don't have
Maybe
it-
Go back to Riverguard if.
Don't have it at the moment, if you want to try again. But for this one, on a wisdom saving throw of
Great roll.
straight roll.
Missed
You,
the beat 23.
as you glance into this iron crystal ball that you have, all you do see is a desert, searing hot desert.
I mean, that doesn't help because there's two. Are there any landmarks I can see around?
Looking around to the south, there is a mountain range.
That's useful. Could be the
And
Sunset Mountains.
To the east, there is what seems. If you go up a little bit higher, there is like a bit to the east. There is a bit of some ruins in the far off distance.
What about to the north?
To the north, there is desert,
Okay,
just
cool.
sand.
So I think, pretty sure it's the south layer. So currently, he is at his south layer.
So you didn't get a pinpoint directly on him though.
No, but based on the information we have,
Okay.
of his two layers, he would be at the southern one. Unless there's some third. But based on like the landmarks and stuff, I could be pretty confident in that.
Okay. Okay.
Did we have any other business with the counts?
On that, Protantha then looks at Ikram.
Here we go.
Got this. It's all you, mate.
Your gift. of the Arrow of Faith has caused a stir in the God Plate. We have been unable to see through any of these vines as it's been growing anew. Ikram, at that moment you do see that there is, as you look over towards it, you can see upon the thorn tangled mess, you see a little bead of light that then drops overhead from the sky. Just tiny. It drops above, it lands.
As in it drops above the god plate.
Well, just over above the skull, really.
Okay.
It's real small, just a little speck of glitter. You then see, you just see, it then manifests into that of a deer. The form then elegantly walks atop the dragon's skull, and making its way, hopping down gracefully, heading towards the center of where the god plate was, navigating through the tangled vines without any real difficulty.
Do I recognize the deer at all?
You've seen it twice now.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. Yeah.
It's John.
Jimmy.
John Deere.
Love it.
That was shit.
You loved it, mate.
So,
So is it just disappeared out of sight, or?
it's like within the vines, just down in here.
Is it giving a suggestive hint that I should go over and join it, or?
It's just staring at you for the moment.
Stressful.
Oh, Mud, it has been a long time, friend. I think I've seen that. I'm thinking about someone else.
So wait, what did Pratanthus say? He said the arrow that he gave us.
The stir.
Oh, sorry, I'll let you finish your thing.
Oh, sorry. No, I remember you,
Finish
Mud.
your
It was from we were playing skate together. Yeah, I hope you got skated, my friend. You were saying before that.
I know. I was just trying to remember what Pratanthus said about the arrow.
Basically, you gave up the arrow of fate and just planted it down into the ground, and from that it grew.
Yeah, did he say it was causing? It's just he can't detect the god plate anymore.
Yeah, can't detect a god plate.
And all of them can't detect the god plate, eh?
Pardon?
None of the dragons can.
Not from
it's
what
just
they could
pretend,
see, because usually they'd be able to, like, with their true sight, see that heartbeat of fire that was Riceruff in there, and now it's just...
Okay. I just say to Pratanthus, did you want me to go over and see if I can sense the god plate?
He kind of looks up to the sky, closes his eyes, and sniffs the air. And you feel the breeze shift as it begins to blow north, and your hair is blown backwards as you look towards the south, towards the god plate. And then he just kind of turns his head towards the god plate as if gesturing that yes, he's fine with it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to wild shape to get over there.
Wait, use your angel wings, mate.
You got your angel wings.
I don't have them anymore, don't I?
No, you still
You
have
do.
your intro
You
wings.
still have them.
I
You
thought
don't
that I
have the
couldn't-
dragon stuff.
You don't have your other
I
stuff.
thought I couldn't use.
No, you still have your
You got
angelic
your-
form.
You got your Asimir stuff.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
don't
but I
have
thought I
like your
couldn't
healing
use-
wind and yeah,
It's just like
Stuff.
the golden breath and that sort of stuff. You can't
yeah, golden
use.
breaths, all that sort of
Wait,
stuff.
do
is
I
gone.
still have the ability where I can turn into an angel for a minute?
Yep.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
yeah, that's
That's Asimar stuff, not
No,
the
that's-
Yeah,
dragon
for some
stuff.
reason I just thought because of my part. I don't know.
nah.
That's a fucking game changer right there.
I mean, but good roleplay for this entire time. Let's just say for this moment, as you've been, ever since you'd last come in contact, your connection's been weak, but as you're here in this moment now, you just feel your wings, different shape and color this time, just begin to spread out. Instead of just the spine like gold dragon kite wings that you've had in the past.
Now they're more feathered, like actual angel wings.
I mean, if you want to.
What do you want to call it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and
Why don't
then
you just get some antlers out and fly on them?
for some reason I just pictured that. You know that the thing where you get the stick that's shaped like a Y, and then like people like sense water with it and shit. I don't know why I just thought that.
A dividing rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Are you gonna fly on a divining rod?
I don't. Well, flying on antlers, according to you.
That's kinda your thing.
And then I'll fly over to it and see what the deer does when I get closer.
The deer does nothing, just you approach. But you then do hear inside your head the sound of your mother's voice. With each moon, your strength grows. Following the river of gold to its end, flying beyond the clouds to sacred lands. In the harrowing aftermath of a wildfire, it may be difficult to appreciate the restorative power of the fire itself, especially when nothing remains to hold the land in place once the rain comes and floods us all with the weight of what was lost. At that moment, Ikram, you begin to have these vivid memories back to a blazing inferno within the wood of sharp teeth when you were incredibly young. You can feel the heat on the back of your neck from fire burning behind you. The trial of the circle of the moon that you undertook and became that wildfire that caused that savage destruction throughout the entirety of it. The deer then takes the form and shape of an elegant, beautiful woman, old in her age. Her hair is up in a messy bun, and she lifts a hand and places it on your cheek as this golden ghost shines through for everyone to see. But the rain also breathes life back into the remaining landscape, allowing new vegetation to grow in the charred areas. Seeds stored in forest floor begin to germinate. Some trees begin to sprout branches from the basal buds of the dead trees that fell in the blaze. A fire of life and death always swirled within you and presented a danger forevermore. I don't blame you for our death. But as we were able to return to the earth, we could help the land grow with each full moon. And a force of nature is what you are, my boy. I may not have given birth to you, but you will always be my son. The woman's arms then close in around you, around your waist. And you feel warmth. Not like a fire, but just the warmth and touch from a caring mother. As a shining ray of golden light. What do you do?
Right, that was a lot to take in. Can I see the god plate at all?
You cannot. You can see that there are a series of vines and branches beginning to encroach and gather around, basically shading you both, and like beginning to wrap, basically draw and move towards and around you.
Okay. And she's hugging me at the moment.
Yeah. Your angel wings are out as well, poked up.
But yeah, I'm obviously gonna hug her back. Whew. But at the same time, I'm also gonna like look over my shoulder and like look at Casimir, because it's very similar boat, and just be like thinking about him as well, and just everything that's. Sorry, man.
You gonna give me a power up?
I'll flip you the bird. Yeah. Fuck, I don't know.
She then pushes away from you and says, "This is the beginning of your grove, of your plate of rest, where you can grow and plant your feet to become the great oak you've always wanted to be in this world."
That sounds perfect.
As then following around you, as you give your mum another big hug, the rest of you see the vines begin to reel back up over the cliff and begin to wrap around the legs of Ikram and this ghostly aspiration of a woman. The tree branches all begin to sway and move over, groaning as they do. Ikram is then entombed basically in vines, like a beast swallowing its prey whole as it begins to grow and mold and move around Ikram. As it grows to nearly the size of Tyrus. The Tyrus the brass dragon. The growth begins.
Is he brass?
He's brass, man. Begins to take on features. As you begin to see two regal antler-like horns begin to crest from top of this this seed's crown. Then begins to elongate at the top as a muzzle begins to form, uprooting from the earth, begins to take the shapes of two powerful legs that push its tangled form up and begin to take on a serpentine shape. The rest of the vines begin to spiral down the length of what this form is beginning to take, and forms a tail, and finally branches crack and contort around it as these take on the final shape of wings, as mosk then falls between each, forming the membranes, catching the wings and lifting it up. You then see from this form, two orbs of light, golden light, then shine as this forest dragon's eyes open.
What is shit?
Ikram,
Yeah, boy.
Ikram, you're very high up and looking down on your party, and you've used your 9th level spell slot and your 2 wild shapes.
Ah, that's rude. I feel like it was worth it.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
That is cool as.
You should take it.
Well, like I'm sort of gonna. How big am I? Like, am I? So you said I'm Tyrus' size.
Yeah, you in this form, you'd be huge.
Yeah.
You'd be smaller than the gold dragon you were the other day, but you're still quite large.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna maybe just sort of like look at my hands and just kind of be trying to sort of figure out what's going on a little bit.
It honestly looks like a moving, tangled mess of reeds, vines, and leaves.
Oh, gotcha. Also, I'm still basically like connected to the ground.
Like a little bit, but like each time you move, it's just the ground moves with you in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at Protanthus and just see what his reaction is.
He just looks it up and
Oh,
down.
sorry, Protanther.
And from the fires of life and the arrogance of Rytheroth, the light of Ikram, the Nahal, is born. Ikram, as you understand Draconic, Mahal
Yeah.
basically refers to the eternal groan.
So he's basically accepted it then, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I don't really know what to do, to be honest. This is really cool. Can I see the god plate at all, or is it basically like, is there anything like around me now?
As you turn around, you can see the god plate is there, but at looking at it, you see it's fractured, cracked, and whatever. And just seen in that instance, as you turn around and look at it, there is like another large crack that goes through it. And the top part of the obelisk then begins to slide and just.
So basically, it's gone. Yeah. So I am the god plate, the dinner plate.
You can let out a mighty roar.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to do apart from that.
As you
Cool.
As you let out a mighty roar and bellow across the sacred dragon grounds, the rest of the council joins you in their roar as well. Basically celebrating the ceremony of a newborn to this world, a new life, a new form.
Belle was just gonna also be like, yeah! Woo!" Not 100% sure what happened, but yeah!
They all like it, so I like it.
Casimir's just thinking, I need to now make a room fit for a dragon.
No.
Our insurance isn't going to cover this.
He's staying outside.
Casimir just drops off the edge. Nope.
No. I ain't having none of your bullshit, Ikram.
And with that, I think we'll end tonight's session of Dragon's Brew D&D and pick up next time.
Sweet.
You don't get a level. Fuck y'all.
Fuck.
That's alright.
But you did get some
I'll
information.
accept it.
Yeah, like, good
Oh,
I
information.
got turned into a green dragon.
Yeah.
You turned into a forest dragon. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
forest
gonna
dragon.
take it as. Not a green dragon, forest dragon.
I mean, if you want to roll some of your abilities, you can. Can
How's
you?
that even
Do you
work?
have it? Yeah, you can.
I know
So
that
how
I
big
can...
is he? Is he the size of like an adult dragon?
So depending on what he does, he can spend two. He can spend two of his wild shapes to just go into the young form, or he can spend two wild shapes and a ninth level spell slot to go into the to shape change into the adult form.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll give him legendary resistance and reactions.
Is it
you
not
got in my wall.
concentration if he does it that way? Like
It's
he
not
actually just
concentration.
transforms?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
he actually
eliminates. Yeah,
transforms.
he actually transforms, but it eliminates. But it still runs on the wild shape premise.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, yeah.
you instead of holding
Cool.
concentration, he is able to, you know,
Yeah.
he
Well,
expends the wild
it's like
shapes.
semi-permanent kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
it still
So
it
it-
still
so-
lasts for the duration of the wild shape.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the same premise of if it runs out of hit points.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Nice.
So
There you go.
there's your two options. So if you don't have a ninth level spell slot, or if you want to retain your ninth level spell slot, you can do your
That's cool,
But
dude.
if-
yeah.
Roll some of
but
your
if-
shit.
but if I
I'm
get
curious to see
serious-
what you do.
So is it just the forest dragon young?
Yeah.
Wild
No,
shape
go
is-
adult. Go adult, mate.
Oh, I haven't got the.
I haven't done
haven't
the adult yet.
Oh, okay. We'll roll the young one then.
So I've got smoke breath, pine breath.
Ooh,
Pine or clean.
Blinded and incapacitated. Nice, nice.
High nails and thorns. Each creature.
Oh, that's young too. 8d10, not bad.
Dang.
Basically,
okay,
going,
so it's-
"Blah!"
So it's just piercing. Okay.
And whatever
Like-
gore is.
Maybe like rip into them.
Gore is a like bite sort of thing. Oh no, gore is horns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
you
yeah.
gore stuff with
Yeah,
horns.
nice. Yeah, so I've got multi attack with, and I can use bite or gore and 2 claw attacks.
You also have an ability called charge.
Oh, I didn't
Sure,
say
that's
that one.
cool. Dude, that is like some sick dragon art though. That is
Yeah,
sick
that was
as.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
I frothed it.
That's cool, man.
Me and Carl have been talking about this one for a bit.
I've been planning this for a
Oh.
long game, ever
Yeah.
since the idea of Gold
Okay.
Dragon going away.
Yeah, it was kind of like a sort of meet in the middle of his
Okay.
lives.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh man, that's-
Transformation was much cooler than I expected. Like, as in the way you made me transform.
Yeah, that was fucking
that's
awesome.
cool. That's awesome. That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Curious to what my adult form's going to be,
a lot.
ability wise. Is all the
Powerful.
abilities pretty much the same, or
It-
Essentially, it's just
But
a
the-
lot more.
yeah, the
Okay.
dice rolls would be higher.
Yeah, the dice rolls be
Pretty much.
And you would
the
be
DC would be higher too.
you'd be a huge sack of hit points, to be brutally honest.
yeah, at the
Instead
moment,
of just a huge
nice.
sack.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
So until next time, friends, foes, and familiars, I am Dragons of Cats. You can catch me around the internet as Dragons of Cats on Twitch, on the Twitters. Also, make sure to go check out our good friend Joygasm, who has been so kind, so awesome, and hopefully we'll have him when schedules line up to come back on once we get him up to speed. So, boys, if you want him on, you just gotta say something. But he sounds excited. Everybody giving him a little message.
Oh well, I'm sure
We'll
he'll
see.
be excited if we go and take on Lenarath.
Yeah.
He better be.
Just gotta like let's not involve him in politics. Let's just give him some stealthy fun, which I have some great ideas for. But in saying that, we will be back next week, potentially maybe Friday, all things depending. Maybe if you want to do a Friday session, guys. But if you don't, that's okay. We can talk post game just to see if we could get our case in for a session. Just all things depending and seeing how they're going, but also don't hold your breath. But we will be back next week, so stay tuned to Dragons and Cats on Twitter, on the Discord, which you can find below. But until then, friends, foes, and familiars, keep rolling 20s. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night, Anthem. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh.